Where is yeah. Hi y'all.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Oh, Jesus. StreamYard has definitely changed. They changed every goddamn fucking thing.
No, it's the same way.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
No, it's not on here.
They changed everything, and it's getting on my nerves already. I'm just aggravated this morning. Please just bear with me, y'all. I'm aggravated as fuck. I hate when shit change and they don't tell you shit, man. I fucking hate that shit. That shit gets on my fucking nerves. Now I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't even need nobody to show me nothing.
I used it last week.
I don't need nobody to show me nothing.
Okay.
This is why I don't understand. I don't understand why I can't cover us. I did that. I did that. I selected one. The only one it lets me do is this one. It won't let me do no more, no other ones. Look. Why? Why can't I do the one that I want? Motherfuckers. Do what? What? No, I need a motherfucker. I need some goddamn. I need some. Oh, I need a fucking Percocet.
Well, at least it's working.
Shit, motherfuckers. I'm a technical person. I'm supposed to know these things. I'm supposed to know this shit. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm not yelling at y'all. Hey, Trisha. Hey, Melissa. I saw you coming first.
Melissa, I
hey,
hope everything is going good.
Now I ain't got no damn internet on my phone. What the hell? I swear to God. Calm down. I swear to God.
See, the people are rooting for you.
What? Oh.
The people are rooting for you.
Uh-huh.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Okay. The YouTube changed.
It did.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Monica. Hey, Monte and Lawrence. What's going on? Hey, everybody on Facebook. Some of y'all watching us from Facebook, I think. You know, Facebook people be carrying, honey. They be doing shows. But that's okay. They watch the replay. Most of them watch the replay, so I'm not that mad. What the hell? Did you see that?
I did that.
With that thing flashing like that?
It's a heart. It's a heart. Look at it.
My boy Kenton is on.
Oh, Jesus.
Kenton is live right now. Kenton Rogers. Okay. Let me see. Y'all watching the TheMKingz on Facebook. Let's see what's going on. Somebody shared us. Ain't nobody up in here, but somebody shared us. The shade of it all. The shade of it all. Okay. The girls be carrying, honey. Anyway, we're gonna get started in a few minutes. Hey, Uncle Fred. Hey, I said hey to everybody, didn't I, Joseph? You know I'm not good at this.
Well,
I'm not good at reading these comments and stuff. Y'all, I'm sorry for my bad language at the beginning of the show. Y'all know when stuff go wrong, I get to cussing. Y'all know I like to cuss. I got a shirt on my in my boutique that say I likes to cuss. I likes to cuss. You know, I know sometimes it ain't nice. You know, people say it ain't nice to hear words like damn and shit and motherfucker. But sometimes that shit is necessary.
Actually, we're going to talk about that today.
What, cussing?
Language in particular.
Oh, okay.
I know you didn't see it.
Mostly about cussing.
You will when we get.
I don't
to
know
it.
why people get so in an uproar when you curse. I don't understand that. They're just words. They're words. They're words of expression. You know, no, they don't sound nice, but it's a lot of words that don't sound nice. Like I don't like black people. That don't sound nice. Or I don't like niggers. That don't sound right.
Now, quick roll call. Hey, Monte. Hey, Monica. Auntie Pee Wee. Lauren. Trisha. Who else? Uncle Fred. I thought you saw Melissa.
I did. I thought I did. I thought I saw Melissa. Or maybe that was Monica.
Monica and Monte.
Maybe it was Monica because I was looking at it from up there and it looked like saying Melissa.
No, that's because I know Melissa said she won't be watching this for a minute. She got to catch the replay.
Oh, okay.
Trisha said like squirt. That don't sound nice.
Right.
Trisha, let me tell you something. That little Chucky doll you put up yesterday.
Ooh, that was shade, honey. Ooh, that was shade, girl. Ooh.
Oh, when I tell you, you gave me life yesterday.
Yes,
with that,
you did.
You gave me life yesterday with that.
You sure did, girl. That was a key. That was a key. Oh, I got my coffee this morning. Joseph got his coffee. That's why we late, y'all, because we got up. Joseph was still on the machine, and we got up. And
see, that's how it all. It's because we old.
We old too.
We hung out 2 nights in a row.
Yes, 2 nights in a row. We didn't come home until what? We're like 1 in the morning, one day.
Oh hell, Friday 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Saturday morning.
We don't usually hang out like that. I'm ancient Chinese secret, honey.
And that was the problem. I slept all day.
And Joseph, y'all, I got to tell y'all. We got to tell y'all about our weekend. I was so proud of my husband. I wanted to say, get it.
I'm telling you something. You want to know the truth? I only did that for you, and I'm being honest.
Really?
I only did that for you because I know you wanted to see.
I didn't. No, I you know.
Especially the first part.
We'll talk more about it.
I didn't think I could even do because I haven't done it. So I was, but Omar brings that out in me always. So I kind of had a.
I was mad because I wanted to get up there, child. Shoot. I was like, shoot, they dipping it and doing it.
It's my best friend in here. Hey, L Manning.
Hey, L Manning. Who is L Manning?
L Manning is my new best friend because she reads. She reads for film. And anybody that reads like me is my best friend.
Okay. Oh Lord, have mercy. I'm surprised I'm up. I am. I'm surprised that I'm woke and up.
Oh no, I'm not. Because that yesterday thing, I couldn't deal with.
I don't plan to sleep today.
I don't sleep like that. Now I will take a nap, but after I made my waffles and peanut butter, and that was around 1 o'clock.
You was knocked out. I came downstairs.
When I woke up, and I'm thinking it's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It was 7:45. I said, "Oh damn, I ain't going to bed no time soon."
Oh my God. My tape is on the floor and I know Jomel's gonna hit it. What are you chewing on?
Probably your tape.
Boy, you know what? We're gonna have to put this thing back in the middle, right here, where he can sit.
In the middle.
You ready?
Yeah, let's
You ready
go.
for the people?
Okay. I'm ready for the people. Okay. I look tired, y'all, but I'm ready for the people.
This thing, because you said you ready.
I'm ready.
Hey y'all, what's going on?
Oh
yes, I took my hair out. It's over there.
But they didn't see it because you didn't.
Yes, they did. They saw it. I had it on last week. My 36 inches.
Oh yeah, you did.
But I took that shit out. It's hot, y'all. I know y'all like to see my hair done and stuff like that, but that shit is hot.
And you know he was flinging it at the party.
Oh yes, I was flinging it, honey. You couldn't tell me anything. I was motherfucking Shirley Murdoch. What? But that hair is hot. It's hot, y'all. It's hot outside. And you got that hair on your head. I don't see how y'all women do it. I don't see how women wear wigs. I don't see how.
No, because a wig is not going to be like that.
No, I've worn a lace front before. I don't see how women wear wigs. I don't see how they have all that. I had 36 inches. That hair was down my back, and it was so heavy, and it was hot. Like, I'm not talking about hot on the top of my head. It was hot, like right here on my back. It was hot because it was hot outside. Because
that hair too long. And like anything past my shoulders.
I don't see how they do like that long, that long wigs. It's hot.
Right.
It is. It's hot. That shit was hot. That shit was like to burn me up. I had to take that shit off.
He took it off Friday night and put it back on Saturday.
Yeah, I sure did. Thank you, Trish. Is Roxanne in here? Yeah. There she go. Hey, Roxanne.
You see, she said she's my only friend. She's so jelly. I don't know why Roxanne get jelly. Oh. Can't nobody take your place, Roxanne.
Well, y'all, good morning and welcome to Coffee with the Kingz. We're back. Only on Mondays, though.
There you have it.
Mondays only. So welcome to Coffee with the Kingz. Join us for coffee and inspiration. We're going to try to inspire you. Before we get off, we're going to try to inspire you in some type of way.
With this entertainment, because today is going to be entertainment.
Yes. Listen, y'all, we had a long weekend, but we had a good weekend.
It was fun.
This week was one of our friends' birthday. Shout out to Brock Helmsley Cruz. It was his birthday. And his husband threw him a birthday weekend. So we celebrated with them all weekend. Some friends.
We didn't get invited to the brunch yesterday.
Yeah, no. Some friends came from out of town that we knew. Joseph's best friend came out. Shout out to Omar LaBeija. He came out. I was so happy to see him. And I was sitting there at the party and just in tears. I had to go in the house and go in the bathroom because I was in tears. I was so happy that my husband saw his best friend. They haven't seen each other in 2 years. You know, they talk on the phone every day, but they hadn't seen each other in 2 years. It was just so good to see them together, you know. And so that was like, it was very emotional for me. And then we had John. Shout out to John and Sean. They came out for the party, and we had a good time. The food was good. You know, Joseph made his famous tater salad. The girls tore it up. I mean, they was tearing that tater salad up. Joseph, did you see them go back? Child, they tore that potato salad up.
I really wasn't paying attention.
No, they tore it up, Joseph. They tore it up. I don't even know if it was any left. Was it any left?
Yeah, there was some left.
Oh.
I made that child.
I know you made a big pan, but they was like John and all they was going back and getting seconds and thirds and fourths.
Because all of them know my potato salad.
So
yeah. You said I made potato salad, they all like, ooh, yes. So Omar was here when I made it, so I let him taste it. I said, do I need a little bit of something extra?
And it wasn't too mayonnaisey.
I told you, sometimes it don't be that way. It depends on if I put a lot of...
I like it when it's not all that mayonnaise in it. Like,
I was mad because when I would cut up the potatoes, some of the water was in the pan, like a little bit of water. And I said, damn, this is going to make it watery. But it didn't really... That's why I didn't put a lot of mayonnaise in.
Drain it?
Because I didn't realize it until after I started putting stuff in. The potatoes got heavy. And it
you should cut the potatoes in that strainer that we got downstairs.
I should have just, that's what I should have did.
Yeah. But, I mean, the potato salad was off the chain. It was one of the highlights of the weekend. And so, you know, we were outside and Brock and his husband, Gabriel, they have a swimming pool. There was a swimming pool. I don't swim. I can't swim, so I ain't getting the swimming pool. And Joseph can't get in the swimming pool because of his dialysis thing. He has a catheter.
Well, first Friday, there was the pool party.
Yeah.
In the afternoon. And then later that night, we had to come home, change our clothes into pajamas.
Yeah, because we had a pajama party.
Couple's pajamas party.
And that was fun. I have to
admit. That was hilarious.
That was fun. We played a game. It was like a date, the guessing game.
If you old enough, and most of you are, to remember the newlywed game.
Yeah, the newlywed game.
It was basically similar to that.
Yeah, it was really fun. We had fun with the couples. It was fun answering questions about your mate. You know, we had to answer questions, you know, that they wanted to see how much you knew your mate. This one right here, he ain't get too many of the answers right.
This one right here,
I got
my birthday, June 18th.
Well, I was drunk. Okay, I was drunk. But I got most of the answers right, though, didn't I?
Some of them. Well, you know what?
I got most of the answers right.
You did, and then I changed my answer because my
Joseph didn't get the answers right. He didn't get how many? You got like one answer right.
I was shocked that you thought I was Dorothy from the Golden Girls.
Why?
Because you always say I like to flirt, so I just swore you was gonna say Blanche.
Oh no, honey, no, you're Dorothy.
But then
they asked us this question.
The thing was, me and John and Brock have been friends for 20 years, 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And what all our husbands said when the question was, which one of the Golden Girls does your partner? If you had to call your partner one of the Golden Girls, who would it be? All three of our husbands said Dorothy. So we laughed and said, well, is that why we've been friends all this time? Because we're all the same. It was funny to us. I was like, you Dorothy, and I'm Dorothy.
But I looking at y'all, I see it. And seeing y'all personalities and y'all characteristics, all y'all act like Dorothy from the Golden Girls. If we had if they talk about the Golden Girls, if one of y'all could be them, y'all would be Dorothy.
Because we have that. Yeah, I could see that. Because we have that stuck up snide.
Did you call you? I think that's one of the answers you got right. Didn't you say I was Rose?
I put Rose.
No, you said Sophia.
But then I changed it to because honey, Rose is definitely you.
You think I'm Sophia?
But then I said Sophia because Tremel forgets, like Sophia plays like she forgets everything. She thinks she knows everything, and Tremel is good for saying, once upon a time, there was a brother named Tremel.
Yes.
And what does Dorothy do? 1965. Picture it. Italy, 1965. That's why I changed it to Sophia. But my first was Rose. Even like with which one from Will and Grace? You said Jack. I put Jack and I crossed it out, but I left it to show that was my first answer.
Right.
But then I switched him to Karen because he's very her too. Very definitely Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pay attention.
And then we had a contest. They had a contest, right? They had a contest. It was a ball. It was supposed to be a ball, right? So, you know what? I think they should have cut those other two categories out. That was just stupid. Sell the garment and walk.
It was the same thing.
It was stupid. It was stupid.
It was the same thing.
I shouldn't say that. Don't say that, because they might be listening. But I just really... If you don't get out of that closet, boy, Jamel is just doing stuff. Get your butt over here. Sit it.
I'm like, what the hell is moving in the closet? And all you had to do was tell me it was a rabbit.
I don't know. Listen.
So I'm like, listen.
No, Joseph, I don't know. I got to go in there. I don't know what's in that closet that's attracting him.
The clothes.
Y'all ever known a dog that just like to go through clothes? He like to go through clothes. He especially loves to go through the dirty clothes bin. He loves socks. He likes to suck on socks. That don't make no darn sense.
So, they had this contest where, because all four of us walk balls and Vogue and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I felt some kind of way in the beginning because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it because I didn't think I could do it because of the stroke. So the first two categories like runway, which, I used to eat it alive in the ballroom. But now that I had the stroke, I didn't want to do it because I can't walk straight. So mind you, they made like this little runway this big by the pool. I was like, first of all, my little crippled ass is not walking by the pool because if I spin, I'm gonna fall.
Okay.
Right in the pool. Because I can't walk straight. Like, not that I'm teeter-totter, but I am teeter-tottering if I don't pay attention. So I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But then I knew Tremel wanted to see me do it. So the walk part, I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk regular. And that's just what I did. I didn't even try to do what I used to do because one, we was outside. If I would have been in a house, I would think I would have been more comfortable because it's flat. But because I was outside, it was flat by the pool, but it was too close to the pool. Mm-hmm. And I said, if I fall in this bitch, I'm gonna be mad.
I was mad because I wanted to fall.
Then I walked on the grass, which was lumpy, so I was like teeter-tottering. So I was mad at that. But I said, you know what? I know Tremel wants me to do this because I really wasn't going to do it.
I didn't care whether or not you did it.
No, and then because I thought it was just going to be voguing because that's what I know you wanted to see me do. So when it came to that, I was like, oh my God, can I do this? Because y'all know this whole
They didn't do it right though. They didn't do it right. See, when you do voguing, when you have vogue contests, everybody got to be on the runway voguing. So you can see. But John was good.
Oh yeah,
John was really good. I like because he vogued the old way, so he was really good. Mm-hmm. I liked Omar, but Omar was like, he told us, he was like, John, I ain't getting on the ground. I ain't getting on the floor messing up my floor.
I knew I wasn't. But did you notice that me and him vote exactly the same?
You and Omar, y'all vote exactly the same.
Because I told him, and it's funny to me because we watch each other to see what the next one is going to do. The only difference with our voguing is
he has some different moves.
He's very fluid with his arms.
Yeah.
I always describe us as like Michael and Janet Jackson.
Yeah. He's
Michael, very fluid, very soft, very, and I'm Janet, like bam, bam, bam. Yeah. And like, that's how you can describe us voguing. Yeah. It's very the same thing, but it's just,
I would have beat all of them. Michael. I would have beat all of them if I would have got it. Yes, I would have, child. Y'all don't know. I
ain't gonna lie, I was surprised that I was able. Because I haven't tried. I really haven't tried. And I was surprised that I could do. I was like, oh, I'm going to bounce a little bit. I'm going to give a little bit of something.
I was waiting for you to do the shawam. I said, maybe he'd do the shawam here on the grass.
If I would have walked by that pool, I would have done the shawam in the pool.
The grass is soft. I was waiting for you to go bam, bam, and shawam on the floor.
I could have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hey, what's going on, Tyrone and Famous?
It was fun. I had fun. And when I finished, I said, oh my God, I forgot because like that's how I found out about my blood level being low. Because I was somewhere voguing, not knowing that my blood was low. And when I stopped, child, I thought I was going to die because I couldn't breathe. I was heaving and like it was horrible. So after I did it, it clicked in my head. I was like, oh, because I said, oh, my blood must not be that. So my blood has to be coming up because it was just like I was tired, like from voguing, normal tired, because I realized after the fact, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm going to pass out. But then when it was just normal breathing, I was like, okay. John won. He won a crown.
Yeah, and a scepter.
He won a scepter. It was deserved.
Let me tell you something. That child, honey, that was there that made that drink. Oh my God.
Tony.
No, they didn't video it because somebody didn't want it to be videotaped.
Right.
It wasn't none of the people that participated. It was somebody that just didn't want it to be videotaped, so they didn't videotape. And you know, afterwards, everybody that was participated, they was mad because nobody videotaped it because it was a memorable moment. You know, it was really memorable. Yeah, they didn't videotape it. I wish they had.
Because everybody was like, let me see the video. And they was like, nobody videoed, but I know why nobody videoed.
I didn't video at all because Gabriel asked me not to. He was like, he didn't want me to videotape the barbecue or anything like that, but I was able to take pictures. So we did take pictures, y'all. If y'all want to see the pictures, y'all have to go on to our Facebook pages.
You posted all of them?
No, I haven't posted any, but I will post them. But y'all can go over to Joseph. Joseph posted some of them.
I posted the one of all four of us. And said, this is what
you should. Did you post one of Kingz?
I posted this one. I posted one of all four of us, and I said, this is what 30 years of friendship looks like. I posted one of me and you. That's what you just saw with the heart when you asked me.
Right.
And I posted the one of me and Omar. That's all I posted.
Yeah.
I don't. Your camera didn't take. I don't know why.
What do you mean? It didn't take good pictures?
No, because the night vision on there, unless
it didn't.
You know what it was?
You know, the
it
flash
was. This needed to be wiped.
I did that, but the flash. It seemed like the flash wasn't bright enough. That's what it seemed
I don't know
like.
why. Because iPhone and we got the iPhones that do night vision.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand why the pictures came out like that.
Yeah, they came out really dark. But we will post the pictures. Maybe Joseph, you could post one picture on the community wall for everybody to see.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah. But all in all, guys, we had a good weekend. The food was good. It was good times with good people. It was just a good weekend, you know.
Yes, I was waiting for the brunch, but since that didn't happen, honey, the shade behind it all. I made my own
Maybe they didn't go to brunch.
I made me some waffles and loaded it with peanut butter.
Maybe they didn't go to brunch.
I had a great. They didn't go to the brunch. They were making brunch.
Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
But it's fine, honey, because I was in my bed. Well, I was in my couch.
I didn't want to go anyway. I really didn't.
So it really didn't matter. I'm being honest.
I was tired, child, yesterday. I slept. I ain't gonna lie. I slept yesterday. I slept just most of the day. I just, watched TV and just relax. That was it.
That's all I did.
This child, let me tell you something.
Tried to watch Suicide
that
Squad.
boy, that child made that drink. He took the watermelon, right? And he juiced it into watermelon juice, right? And then he put vodka in it. And child, I was sitting there drinking this stuff. And I was so drunk. No, you had to drink a whole bunch.
No,
I think I drank.
when I say that, I mean it was okay to me. I guess for me, if I make it, if the watermelon is not sweet, then I would put a little bit of sugar in it, and that would have made it better for me. Because it was just, it tasted like watermelon.
See, I don't like my alcohol to be sweet.
No, but in your case, I mean, even because you're diabetic,
not even because it's diabetic, I just don't like it.
For me, if I would have just had like sugar nearby and put like a spoonful or 2 spoonfuls, then it would have been amazing to me. It was good, but it was just like water with liquor that had a flavor of watermelon. It was good. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been better if there was a little bit of sugar in it for me, because I like sweet drinks. That was just like, okay, it was good.
No, we didn't watch no scary movies. We just played, we played these games, these couples games, and that was really, it was nice. It was
child,
really
by the time we did that and got home, it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, by the time we played that game, child, it was like almost 2 o'clock in the morning, child.
And then yesterday, Tremel don't do scary movies.
Oh yeah, I don't do scary movies anyway.
I watched Alien versus Predator. I just turned into it. And then I tried to watch Suicide Squad for the second time and fell asleep on it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I'm going to try it one more time. And after that, if it don't work out, I'm not watching.
Okay.
So, and what did I watch after that? After that, that's when I woke up and it was like 8 o'clock.
Well,
I started cooking.
I watched The Shy. Now, if y'all ain't watching The Shy, I don't know where y'all be. I watched The Shy, and I also watched Raising Kanan. Now, let me tell you something. Power Book. I wasn't a fan of Power. I never really watched Power. I watched some episode, but I don't know really what Power is about. I've watched Power Book.
2 and 3 is good.
Yeah, I watched Power Book, and I watched Raising Kanan. Raising Kanan is the new show that they have. It's on Showtime, right? Yeah, it's on Showtime.
Star.
Is it Stars? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stars. If you have Stars as a premium channel, you should watch Raising Kanan. Raising Kanan is a good show. I love his mother. She is so TNG slush. She's TNG slush, honey. You can't tell her nothing. Okay, nothing. But I watched that. Excuse me. And I watched The Shy. And then I watched a little bit of Law and Order SVU, of course.
That's what I started watching when I cooked.
And I turned on Space Jam, and I was about to watch it, and I fell asleep. So I didn't wake up until about, 9 o'clock?
Woke up after me.
I woke up around 9 o'clock, and I got up, and Joseph had cooked dinner, so I got myself some dinner, and that was it.
Let me tell you all about
we tried to watch Suicide Squad, but we both fell asleep.
The first one, Trisha, was real good to me.
Yeah, I didn't really care too much for
all right. This one,
I didn't care too much for it.
Everybody says that there's a lot of people that don't like it, but the reason they don't like it is the reason why I want to watch it, because it has a storyline.
Yeah,
and there's a reason behind.
And the guy that wrote it, he wrote Guardians of the Galaxy.
He was fired from Marvel and he went to DC. But I want to see it. And another part of the reason why I fell asleep is because my TV downstairs is a dark movie. So really, I'm watching it, but I'm not seeing nothing on the screen because it's dark and the light was coming into
the room.
Yesterday, you think I was getting off that couch to close the curtain, child? I was sitting there, and the next thing I know, I was out like a light. Mm-hmm. So that
yeah, I'm like that too, Trisha. If I watch a movie twice and I fall asleep on both times, I'm done. I just don't. To me, that means that the movie wasn't good.
No, I have to say, the first time I watched it was at 2 o'clock in the morning when we came on Friday. So of course I fell asleep then. And then yesterday, I had every intent on staying up, but because I was tired, because my ass is old, I fell asleep. So it wasn't like it was like, honestly, it wasn't like it was a boring movie that put me to sleep. It was just the situation why I was sleepy that put me to sleep.
You gonna
So
watch it today?
I probably will.
Yeah, I probably will watch it.
After you come back from your
I want to watch Space Jam because that was very interesting to me. Their little, it's just very interesting. I didn't catch it.
Go watch because they about to take it
off. I didn't catch it. Space Jam is on HBO Max, and I'm gonna watch that today. That was really good. Anybody, if you're into RuPaul's Drag Race, who got eliminated this week? Oh yeah, what's her name? Pandora Box got eliminated off of RuPaul's Drag Race this week. I think all the, you know what, I hate to say it like this, but I think all the black queens that are on RuPaul's Drag Race are really, really doing it. Yeah. Like they're doing, like Raja, I'm surprised Raja is still there. Trinity K. Bonet, I'm surprised that those two are still there. But they are doing it. They're really doing it. They came and they coming to bring, they brought their A game, which is what you're supposed to do when you go on these shows. You're supposed to do. I would love to be on a show like that. But, you know.
Hold on. Talk.
This coffee is so good. It is. It's so good. What else I want to tell you guys about? Well, you guys, I already told you that we had some new merchandise in the TheMKingz boutique. I showed it to y'all. Do I need to show it to y'all again? Do I need to show it to y'all again? Let me pull it out. Hold on. Let me pull it out. I'm pulling it out now. Where's my tea spray? There it goes. All right. So we're going to get this merchandise up for y'all to see. Okay. I'm almost there, y'all. Almost there. Y'all know how Wi-Fi works. It go real slow. Come on, come on. I'm doing it, y'all. I'm doing it, y'all. I'll be right with you. Be right with you. Y'all know how long this stuff takes. Come on, boo. It's still, child.
I hope it don't mess up your screen, y'all.
It's not. It's not.
Yo, I gotta go.
Here we go.
Take my car because I think my back brakes are having a fit.
Okay, here we go. I think I'm gonna put those shirts at the top too. I gotta change this today. All right. There we go, y'all. I'm almost there. Y'all, my Wi-Fi is really slow. It's a damn shame you pay all this money for Wi-Fi to be fast and then it's not fast. What the? Really? Now it's frozen.
I told you, it's gonna mess up the stream, y'all.
That's working my nerves.
Well, you know it's gonna piss you off in a minute. I don't know why he's still trying. Sometimes you just gotta let shit be.
Well, I wanted to show them.
Well, let them go to stream, y'all.
They go to store right here. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Hey, Miss Furlow.
Okay. It done came up, y'all.
Yes, because we have something to talk about. Because I want to know y'all's opinion and I want to know your opinion. Lord Jesus.
Okay.
We about to go black.
No, we not.
Oh, we about to go black.
Is that it? No, that ain't it.
No.
Okay. We go back. Okay, share. I'm trying.
Why are you in the box of clothes? Sit down. Sit down.
Oh, there it goes, right there.
Or I bust you. Sit down.
He always doing something.
Now.
Okay, here we go. Here
Before
we
you
go.
get bust.
Y'all see? Y'all see that? This is our store. We got all kinds of stuff. Team McCrae, Dare to Be Different. We got all kinds of stuff here, y'all. Look at this merchandise that we have. It's beautiful. I think so. I think it's nice. Don't you, Joseph?
Yes.
But nobody comes to our store. Nobody
They
goes
do
to our
little by
store.
little.
No, they don't. They don't
Yeah,
come.
somebody just brought that shirt.
Yeah, we had 2 people buy it. How many subscribers we got? How many people in the chat that we got right now that ain't been to the store?
Well, I can't say they haven't been to the store.
No, they ain't been to the store, because if they went to the store, then they would buy something.
Well, I like those ladies.
I do too. I like those. I want to get me a pair of those. Those the pettiest fuck shirts.
I wish a millionaire would.
And I wish a millionaire would. I wish a millionaire would. Yes. We got I likes to cuss. There go my shirt. I likes to cuss. We got all kinds of stuff in the store. Y'all don't never go over there. Y'all never go over there. But you know what? I'm done. I'm done asking y'all to go over to TheMKingz boutique. If y'all don't buy it, y'all don't buy it.
Hey, thank you.
I'm not gonna keep on getting myself all riled up and upset and things.
Speaking of Kingz,
that's my girl.
Me and Kingz next Monday are going to be live together doing Kingz World Meets Joseph Friends. And we are going to discuss and talk about different topics and different things that if you watching Kingz, you know that Kingz is just like Joseph and Joseph is just like Q.
Mm-hmm.
We say what we feel and don't give a damn.
Hey, in Kingz World. Yes, and I am going to be doing a up close and personal interview with Kingz World. We haven't scheduled it yet. Actually, I'm going to call her after the show, but we haven't scheduled it yet. But I'm going to do an up close and personal interview with her so you guys can get a feel of who Kingz World is. I'm going to ask her a lot of questions about, who she is, her family life, her husband, her marriage, and, just her as a person. I want people to know and understand her as a person. I did Daryl Moore a couple of weeks ago, and I'm doing Kingz World. I also want to do Monica's Views and News, but she and her and I, we just got back, on speaking terms. Of course, you guys know, she's a little reluctant, but that's okay. It's okay for her to be a little bit reluctant, considering all the things that happened. But I appreciate her even, just saying, Shamel, I'll consider it, And so, we may get an interview from Monica, a couple of other content creators that I want to do interviews on, because, I know that you guys watch these people. You watch Kingz World, you watch other people, and you watch Monica. I know you guys, and you watch us. So, I want you guys to get to know who these people are. So that's why I've invited them on my platform. And I invite anybody, any content creator on my platform for an up close and personal interview. If you want the people to get to know who you are, then send me an email. Let's schedule an interview. I'll be more than happy to do it. It's not a problem.
And Q said Queen Tornado is in the building and she is ready to go.
Okay.
Ask her whatever you want.
Okay.
She is ready.
Okay. Queen Tornado. Yes, like a tornado girl. Lord Jesus.
Okay.
Woo.
So we're going to talk about this right now because you brought up language and cussing.
Yeah, I love to cuss. I like to cuss.
If y'all, maybe some of y'all don't know that Dietrich Haddon, I believe he's a gospel singer. And he's very much well into the church. Dietrich Haddon made a statement yesterday. Wow. I think he preaches too, I think. Wow. But I know he's a gospel singer.
Yeah, I know Dietrich. He did the preachers of Atlanta,
Atlanta or whatever it was. Well, he made a statement yesterday that have the church in an uproar.
Why?
Because his statement was very much this. These are his words. Don't be a dummy and throw good friendships and potential business away over some vagina. You're not even gonna want after you've bust a few nuts. Get wise and choose brotherhood and business over pussy. You can get sex anywhere, but you can't get a brother back once you've crossed the line. Dietrich Hatton. So people.
Okay, so what was wrong with that?
People are saying that it's not godlike in the word of God. But what he said is it is the word of God. It's just not said the way they want it to be said.
Right.
He's telling you don't fornicate.
Right.
Basically, that's what he's saying. Don't fornicate.
Mm-hmm.
Don't covet your brother's wife.
Let me tell you something. This is what I'm sick of.
They just don't like the verbiage that he used.
This is what I'm sick of. And this is why, with all due respect to the elders that watch us, with all due respect to y'all, I know y'all come from a different day and age where there were certain things that were not done and so on and so forth. But we're in a new day and age. And this is what when I made a decision at 50 to be myself and not care what other people think, I meant it. I really meant it. And so I said, Tramel, I looked in the mirror, I said, Tramel, you are going to be your authentic self. From this day forth, you're going to be your authentic self. Now the Tramel, the authentic Tramel, the phony Tramel was, hi, how are you? Oh darn. Now the new Tramel is, motherfucker, I will kick your motherfucking ass. What? Listen, I'm so sick and tired of Christians and people, period, putting on facades like they don't do certain things. They show you one side of them, but then when you turn your back, they're a whole different person. A whole different person. You nice and sweet. Oh, she's so nice and sweet. Child, that child, you turn around and see that child, honey, she cussing like a sailor on leave, and you be like, be that in front of me. Listen, I don't cringe when people say curse words. I don't care. I know some elder people feel like it's disrespectful. To me, it's not disrespectful to anybody. It shouldn't be disrespectful to anybody. If I feel like I want to cuss, if I feel like I want to say damn or shit or motherfucker, I'm going to say it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me now. Of course, I come from a different day and age. I keep it in context. Like, you would never see me, like, curse in front of my mother like that. You know what I'm saying? You never would see me. When you see me cussing in front of my mother like that? I would never do that because my mother comes from a different day and age. I would never do that with Uncle Fred. He comes from a different day and age. Yes, he hears me say these words, on camera, but if me and Uncle Fred is having a conversation, I am.
That's how some people.
Me and him having a conversation, I would never use those words. You understand what I'm saying? I keep it in context. No, you ain't getting another peppermint, Jomel. Go somewhere and sit down. Yeah.
Elvana says she a lazy Baptist. She cuss.
Yeah, listen. People think just because you go to church, you can't cuss. The pastor, trust me, the pastor cusses like a sailor. Most pastors that I know, and Joseph, we've been on the phone. Remember that pastor we was on the phone with? And he was telling us how he had sex and all that stuff. Listen, y'all sit up there thinking that the pastor be, oh, hallelujah. Y'all think he nice.
This pastor was
he be shaking y'all hand. Bless your sister. Bless your sister. The pastor be like, after church, he be like, get my motherfucking car and let's get the fuck out of here.
With me and Tramel.
That pastor, we was gagging. Do you remember?
Like three.
How he liked to have sex with guys.
And he thought he was going to get a phone call about threesomes with me and Tramel.
Yeah.
And that wasn't going to happen.
This pastor, this guy is he's a high up
we sat and
in the church.
everything he had to say.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked back to him and told him, well, if this is a quote unquote demon you trying to release, oh no, I go to sex parties and this, that, and the third.
Y'all Christian people, y'all keep on with that bullshit.
I saw him on
y'all
Facebook
keep on with that.
Reading to his church from the Bible. And he was thus thou and then. And I'm sitting there going, but you just talk to me and Jamel a whole different way. Mm-hmm. See, I don't put pastors on a pedestal like
me neither.
Because at the end of the day, they're still men and women.
Right.
And I've seen too many. That's why, old girl that you be laughing at her because she go in and out that I be watching on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I like her because she's real.
Yeah.
She's like, she tell you, child, before I got saved, I was a hub. I was out in the clubs.
Right.
I was drinking. I was doing my thing. And she made a video. I found her on Facebook. She said, let me tell you something. Just because I'm saved don't mean I won't whip your ass.
Right.
And I was like, see, I could deal with a pastor like this because they're not playing like
our pastor is like that.
Right. And they're not playing like they so holier than thou. But that ain't even what I was reading a post for. Because somebody else, I'm not going to say names because they going through a whole lot, made a video about this yesterday. And I agree with everything that they said. That the old church is dead and dying.
It is, and it should be. Thank God.
And they're losing a lot of people.
Thank God, they should.
Because nobody's buying into that
no more. Nobody ain't buying into this fake shit no more. They want realness. They want the pastor to be real. Pastor, if you having sex with one of the parishioners in the front row, then you need to reveal that. They don't want to. They don't want this. They're tired of this backstage shit with you pastors. They don't want to come to church and oh, praise God. And the people are tired of that. They want to hear the realness. They want you to be real. They want you to tell the truth about the word and stop lying about the word. Because y'all pastors been lying for years, telling people they're going to go to hell. Like King Job said, y'all going to go to hell if you wear ears. They was telling men, you're going to hell if you get your ears pierced. You're going to hell if you wear fade. You're going to hell for this. You're going to hell for that. People are tired of that. They're tired of it. Well, because you know what it has done, Joseph? It has bred too many people that don't know how to be Christians. You got these Christians that go to church and they get saved, and then they want to talk shit. They want to call you all kind of names. Then they want to tell you you're going to hell if you ain't going to church and all this other bullshit. People are tired of that. They're tired of it. Well, they are. Let me tell you something. When I don't show up for church, my pastor be like, okay, I'll see you next Sunday. He'd be like, okay, I'll see you next Sunday. Because my pastor is on 7 days a week on Facebook. So it's not that he don't care if I come to church. Of course, he would like for me to be there. But if I don't come to church, it ain't no capital crime. And he ain't gonna preach to. I ain't never heard my pastor preach to us and tell us we're going to hell if we ain't going to church. But these these Pentecostals and these holiness people, they talk bullshit. They talk this shit and have y'all thinking the wrong way. They do. They don't talk to their kids about sex, and that's why their kids y'all know in y'all communities most of the time. It's the pastor's daughter, right? Or somebody in the church that get pregnant at 13. Now, they could talk about God all day, but their child be up there pregnant. They talk about God all day, but the pastor be done got somebody pregnant from the pulpit. They can talk all that shit all day, but the deacons is stealing the money and fucking everybody in the goddamn church. Excuse my language, but I likes to cuss. Well, but I'm sick of it, Joseph. I'm so sick of these pastors and they phony shit. They feeding these people the wrong information. If you're going to be a man or woman of God, don't depend on somebody else to teach you about who God is. Because this bullshit they teach y'all is wrong. God is not about punishing. That's why he sent his son down here. So that he paid it. Jesus paid it all. Y'all got to know that Jesus paid it all. Our God is a loving God. I promise you that. Our God is a loving God. He loves us all. Even though we sin, even though we do things that he might not agree with, he still loves us. He doesn't punish. He doesn't punish. God is not a God that punishes. He did that already. He did that with the floods. He did that. He did that. Y'all got to know it's another way. Y'all stop going in these churches. Y'all stop going to these damn churches and listen to this bullshit. Hell, when I was in the Church of God of Christ, I didn't listen to none of this shit. That's why I am the way I am. When I went to church, like I said, my pastor never preached about homosexuality. But I would visit other churches and I would hear this stuff. When I went to those churches, I didn't put nothing in the collection plate. Number one, and I didn't pay no attention to what you said. I never believed that. I never believed that I was going to hell because I was gay. Never believed it a day in my life. And I never will until Christ tells me that I'm going to hell, until Christ comes down here and tells me, Shamel, you need to stop. You going to hell. I'm going to continue being who I am because that's who made me. I tell my mother all the time. I tell my mother all the time, you get mad at me because I'm gay. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at God because he made this. God made this. Okay, so get mad at him. And all you people that's against gay people or against people that's trans or against people that are black or people that are white, don't get mad at them. Get mad at God. Have a conversation with God and see how that work out for you. See how that work out. See how that work out for you. But I am so tired of phony people. Y'all, it's time to keep it real. It's time to keep it real. And y'all always talking about, oh, I need somebody in my life to keep it real, but y'all don't want to hear the realness. Joseph, they don't want the realness. Well, you know what I'm saying? They don't want the people don't want you to tell them the truth. Miss Sing, girl, that outfit do not look cute on you, girl. Miss Sing, why is you wearing that makeup like that? That red lipstick do not look cute on you, girl. It's not cute for you. Y'all sit up there and let y'all friends go out looking crazy. Why they do that, Joseph? I don't see nothing wrong with what Dietrich said. You see something wrong with it?
No.
I don't. I really don't.
The verbiage that he used, that's the problem.
Why do people get so in a bunch, their panties in a bunch about verbiage? I'm sorry.
People get upset about the verbiage that he used because it ain't what they want to hear. First he said vagina, they were mad at that. Then he said pussy, that really upset their life. And I'm going to just say, he who shall not be named, only because they're going through a situation and we're friends with the person they're going through the situation with. They made a whole video yesterday, and I agree with what they said about the church and how the church is upset about the things that are not the way they want them to be, because people don't realize you're being brainwashed. You're being brainwashed into believing things that they want you to believe. You're being brainwashed into looking the way they want you to look. Jesus didn't say you were supposed to look homely like you came from Little House on the Prairie. The church wants you to look that way so you don't entice the pastor when you come to church in your tight dress, hugging on your body. That's why they mad. But I don't find nothing wrong with what he said. What he said is actually in the Bible. Don't covet your neighbor's wife. Basically, that's what he was saying. So why should he say it like that? Ain't nobody nowadays.
He's a pastor.
But ain't nobody nowadays. My thing is this. Maybe I'm wrong. See, that's even with the problem that I had with Miss Girl on the live we did the other day.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is this. Why would Jesus bring you from among them when if you are them, you could reach them? That doesn't make sense. I think somebody would be more enticed to listen to me tell them that as a gay person, you still are loved by Jesus and Jesus has a place for you, and you can love him and be who you are. And then if they give their life over to God and they feel entitled to want to change, or they get convicted to want to change, then let them do that. But when I'm coming at you telling you, oh, I used to be gay, but girl, I'm not gay no more. And, you can also be, delivered. Nobody wants to hear that. Because they make it like following God and serving God is like a horrible thing. Like you have to live some boring, horrible life.
Yeah, it's like it's a process.
And like, why would I live this boring life just to die? Like,
right. It's like it's a process that you have to do in order to be considered a Christian, and that's not true. You can cuss like a sailor on leave and be a Christian. You know how many people I know that cuss worse than I do, but they love God. They love God.
Right. All of this extra stuff that they make a problem, they're gonna. Let me tell you something. And this is horrible to say, but it's what I wish would happen. I really wish that on Judgment Day, when we all up there, and let's just visualize there's a gate we have to go through, and if you don't make it through the gate, you just drop down. I really wish God would make it so that all these Christians that tormented people that wasn't doing what because they torment you.
They need to be in one line by themselves.
No, they torment you. They really do. They harass you. I'm worried about your soul. Bitch, worry about your own soul. You just said it. My soul. My soul is very that. And if I want my soul to just do and go wherever it wants to go, it's none of your fucking business.
Right.
I wish that we could see all these quote unquote so-called Christians drop down the hill, because there's a lot of them that are gonna get.
You know what? I'm so glad about my mom. My mom used to always say, "You need to be in church. Jesus is coming soon. You better be ready." I'm just thinking about your salvation. I said, "Mommy, don't focus on my salvation. Please don't focus on my salvation, because my salvation is mine. You need to continue to focus on yours."
Because they have this.
And she stopped. I had to, because I had to put my foot down about that.
But because they have this mission, I don't know why they got it. And I'm not talking about my mom-in-law. I'm talking about people in church. People have this mission that they're going to work on you and get you to heaven. Bitch, get yourself to heaven. How you know you going to heaven? Make me understand.
Right.
Accept the Lord and Jesus Christ.
You know why? Because they've been.
And you're saved.
You know
so
why?
Once you do that, I'm confused.
You know why? Because they've been mentally abused. Yes. The shit that pastors have told us in these years that have passed is mental abuse, because it's a lie. You listen to this pastor and you took this shit home to your family as a Christian and told your daughter she can't wear no makeup, she got to wear long skirts and stuff and carry on. Y'all done took this shit home to your children. So it's mental abuse, or not only on you as a Christian, but on your family and your loved one.
And El Manning, I agree. The devil, that's the church, is the devil's playground.
Yeah.
He get them quicker than he get anybody else.
They do more sin than anything. Child, do y'all hear some of the stuff that be going on in church? And y'all be flocking there. Y'all be sitting there. And you know what, another thing that burns me up, Joseph? What burns me up is gay men and gay women. They will sit in church and they will hear a pastor talk about being homosexual, and they will sit there and they will not only sit there and listen to it, they will be shouting, getting up, shouting and co-signing that shit. I can't stand that.
Because the church, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it, this is the last time I'm going to say it, because after that, y'all need to remember it for yourself. The church was designed for heterosexual men to use mind control over people. Heterosexual men never have to stand up and say, I got her pregnant. But she has to stand up and apologize for getting pregnant. She didn't get pregnant by herself.
Right.
Did some sperm shoot out of one of her fingers? I'm confused. And that's another thing. Y'all so against masturbation. What do you want people to do? You tell them if they masturbate, they go in hell. But then again, if they have sex, they're going to hell. So make it make sense to
Yeah,
me.
they call it squandering God's juice.
Make it make sense to me. The masturbation part was because you're sitting there visualizing things that aren't true, and if you think it, you might as well do it. Well, Pastor, you doing it. That's why you're
Yes.
saying it, because you ain't visualizing, Sister Shirley.
The what you call the priests do it. That's what they do because they can't have sex.
So they have sex with little boys, thinking that
Or they
it's okay.
masturbate. It's okay for them to do
I'm
that.
saying is right, but church tells you can't masturbate. And my thing is this, and I'm talking from the perspective of being a pastor's son and being in church 8 days a week. The minute I got old, everything that y'all wouldn't let me do and told me that I couldn't do was the first thing I ran out to do, because I wanted to know why I couldn't do this. What was so bad about it? Why can't I, experience the things of life? I'm not going to lie. The training and what I had in my head already from going to church and being in church, God helped me make good decisions, because, child, I was out there doing what I wanted to do. And I mean that. There's plenty of times I probably should have been dead somewhere, and God saw fit to keep me alive. But I'm just saying, they do things so ass backwards. And just even in America, period, acting like sexuality and sex is such they don't teach
horrible
you
thing,
sex
and it's
education in
not.
school. No, they just teach you a woman can get pregnant, a boy has a penis,
Yeah.
a girl has a vagina, the sperm goes in the vagina and goes to the child. Half the kids you telling that to done already stuck their penis in the vagina.
But let me say this. Let me just say this. If it wasn't meant for us to do, then it wouldn't exist. It exists because it's meant.
I'm done.
It exists because it's meant for us to do.
Hey, Reese Cup.
Hey, Reese
I'm
Cup.
so done with El Manny.
What? You know.
No, you saw the comment?
Yes, he's right.
Shit.
She's right. Listen, if it wasn't meant for us to do, then it wouldn't exist.
If you tell
y'all
people,
think that we as humans just made all this stuff up, honey, this is God's will. This is God's will. Now, I'll give you an example. Listen, back in the Egyptian days, it was traditional for pharaohs to have sex with their brothers and sisters.
Child, where do you think bathhouses and stuff came from?
Because they wanted to keep the blood, they wanted the bloodline to stay in that bloodline.
Agree with that.
But today in the Western world, we don't believe in that. We don't believe in having sex with our sisters or our brothers. Okay? But at one time, that was acceptable.
That's what they did.
And they praise many gods.
A lot of royal families do that. They keep it in the family. So
yeah.
They might not go sister brother, but they'll do brother cousin or distant.
Let me give y'all a little bit of history.
Something like that.
Yeah, let me give y'all a little bit of history. Akhenaten. He was a pharaoh. He was the first monotheist. He was the first man ever. He was the first. Y'all hear me? He was the first man ever to praise one God. So don't let them Christians tell you nothing different. This was before Christ. This man was the first human being to praise one God. He was also the first heterosexual man because he had sex with women and he had sex with men. And he had a very, very good reign as a pharaoh. He built his own city. He built his own country, actually. He moved all his people out of one part of Egypt, out of Lower Egypt, and moved to Upper Egypt, and he built a whole kingdom there and had a whole following. He used to praise the sun god outside. All his temples, his people were allowed to come into the temples, and they would be able to praise the sun. That was because, and the sun God he praised the sun God because he felt like the sun, without the sun, we wouldn't have life.
And Trisha, you're absolutely right, because there was aliens back then. Go ahead.
Yeah. And yeah, they say he was an alien. They say he was just so strange looking that it was like somebody dropped him from another planet and onto Earth. But he was oh my God, I still study him because he was so interesting. He was so, I'm not gonna say weird, but a lot of the artifacts that they're finding that he left behind, there's so many questions, But that's your education for today. Akhenaten was the first man. He's King Tutankhamun. If y'all don't know who that is, King Tut. He's King Tut's father. Yes, and Tutankhamun changed his name. His name was Tutankhamun. He changed his name because his father, they say, was so hated because he got rid of all the other gods. He closed down all the temples, and there was only one God for him. Because back then they praised several different gods, but he got rid of all the temples, and he just had his own. He just had his own temple, and that was it.
It didn't even move.
Yeah, they moved. Yeah, he moved the whole empire to somewhere else. But the reason why people were so angry with him is because the priests that were, predicating over these other temples, they got paid. It was all about money, just like it is now, y'all. It's all about money when it comes to church. It's all about money.
I told y'all in my life. So
my church that I used to go to, they used to have it during anniversary time. When the church anniversary came, we had teams.
Wait, do I need to put the Cash App up there? And you sow a seed of 7, and God is going to bless you.
Okay, go ahead.
Any seed of 7. $7.
Well, let me move this.
$27.
Yeah, we need to
$37. $47. Yes, put the Cash App up. Sow a seed of 7.
There you go.
Sow a seed of 7 today. You know what?
You can sow a seed.
Today is a discount. Today is a discount on blessings.
If you're gonna sow a seed
of 5,
yeah,
$5, $15, $25, $35, $45, $105, whatever the Lord puts.
1,000, hell, 1,000,000.
The 5, 1,000,005. It gotta be a seed of 5.
Okay.
So a seed of 5, and the Lord is gonna answer any prayer you have today. The Cash App is right there. Just sow a seed of 5. Any form of 5. 5, 15.
If you're gonna sow a seed, give a seed. Sow a seed to somebody that got meaning. There's somebody that needs it, even if it ain't the McCray King.
Now let me say, I got that from the person that I just read that statement. Mm-hmm. I was watching it live because somebody had shared it, and well, first I'm gonna say, because I'm not gonna put them on Front Street. Old girl that you like. Mm-hmm. That I like. That's where I got sow a seed of 7. Every time she comes on across the title, it says sow a seed of 7, 7, 17, 27, 37, 47, 57.
Somebody put the Cash App in the chat.
That's what her, thing is. And then the person that made that comment, I saw a video, and they was just telling people, sow a seed of $50, and the Lord is going to answer all your prayers today. All your doors are going to be open. I'm like, well, why would I sow a seed of 50 to you when I can go to her and sow a seed of 7? Because she said the same thing, that all the doors are going to be open with just a seed of 7. Mm-hmm. You want a seed of 50. I'd rather get a blessing from her because she's cheaper.
Somebody sent me speaking of sowing a seed, somebody sent me a request. They wanted me to do the Peter Pop-Off. What is it? The spring water, the magic spring water, or something like that. And I had to write back to them and tell them that sadly I did do it. Now y'all know, in case you don't know, whenever you call Peter Pop-Off to do the magic spring water, you don't get the water right away. Matter of fact, you don't get the water until you have sowed a seed of about $700 or $800. Because what happens is he sends you this pamphlet, honey.
The water won't work.
I never got the water.
Yes, remember we
I never got the water. I got a gold piece of fabric, and it was a piece of paper with it. He told me if I want in the letter it said.
It was in that white.
I never got the water.
It didn't look like the thing on TV.
In order for you to get the water, you had to start sowing seeds. You had to start giving money. They wanted you to first give a donation of $200. That's they wanted first. And then after you did that, they had a schedule. They sent me a schedule of the money that they wanted me to send in order to get the Magic Spring water, and it amounted up to about $800. And I was like, I'm not paying no $800 for no little packet of motherfucking water. Y'all kiss my motherfucking ass. And I stopped. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's not what God is all about. That's not what God is all about. And his teachers, his preachers that he sends here to teach us about the word and about who he is, he don't teach them that. They lying to y'all. They lying to y'all. Y'all sitting up here thinking y'all paying y'all tithes and the money go to the church. Oh, no, it don't. I'm here to tell you. I would love to do a show on this, but no, it don't. It don't go to the church. It goes to the pastor. It goes to the pastor's aides. It go to all the head.
Check your phone. Did we get a seat of 5 or 7?
We ain't get no seat of shit. Listen, that money goes to the pastor after church is over with. When they do collection, that money is split up between the pastor, the deacon, the head deacon, the head of every auxiliary. If you the head of the choir, if you're the choir master, you get a cut. If you play the organ, you get a cut. Wherever any officer in the church, any head officer in the church gets a cut of the tithes and the collection.
Well, you sowing a seed into them.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Which is
you're thinking that you're sowing a seed into the church.
No,
but you ain't.
No, you got to think about it now. You got to think about what you said. All the people in charge are getting pieces of seed. Mm-hmm. So that's how they can make that right. Mm-hmm. Because you're sowing a seed into the church so that the church can exist, so that these people can get what they need to get. Uh-huh. We didn't get a seed of 5 or 7. Do I need to say a seed of 3?
Child, these people ain't giving us no damn money.
We doing a discount on blessings, a real discount on blessings today. Uh-huh. 3. Sow a seed of 3. Elman, I hear you.
I know that's right, Elman.
With that comment, because yeah, I agree. That whole live was just a lot. Y'all saw my video. My video got a lot of views. Thank y'all for watching my video. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I'm just tired.
I feel sorry for
I'm
people.
tired of phony people.
But I feel sorry for people that are afraid
to be themselves
because of the. But I think it's in that situation. I think it had more to do with peer pressure than anything.
No, a lot of people don't do stuff because because they think about what people will say about them. I don't care. Listen, I'm the person. I'm that one that I don't care what you say about me. You can say something bad about me. I don't care. It doesn't make any difference to me because you don't know me. You don't make a difference in my life. You're not a part of my life. So you can think whatever you want to think about me. I don't care. That's just how I am. I don't care what people, I don't care. People talking about you, I don't care. If it's something negative, don't care. Negativity, bring to my face. That's it. Bring it to my face. Don't make no videos talk about how you gonna punch me in my face and you'll knock me out and all this shit. Don't make no videos like that. Come and do it. Be that bitch. Be that one to come and do it. That's why I don't. Like I said, I said it, I'll say it again. I don't beef with people online. I don't. If you got something to say to me, there's many ways to get in contact with me. Many ways to get in contact with me. Don't make no video. That ain't good. That don't serve no purpose. Hey, Monica. That's my cousin. Oh, Akhenaten. Okay, you want me to put it in the chat? It's ACH. Actually, you can see there's a lot of videos about him right here on YouTube. It's ACHNATEN. Akhenaten.
It ain't that.
You can spell it like that too, and it'll come up. But Akhenaten, he has actually. There's a video. There's a series of videos that tell the story of him, who his father was. His father was Imhotep. His father built the Great Pyramid. But it tells a story about who he was, and even as a child, nobody knew who he was, because they had him studying somewhere. Nobody knew. He wasn't even supposed to be king. His brother was supposed to be king, but his brother died, and so they had no other choice but to make him king. His mother was his co-regent. Yeah, his mother, Queen T. She was a very famous queen.
She was fierce. Huh?
Yeah, she was a fierce cookie too. Queen
she
T.
was fierce.
Oh yeah, she was something else, child. She was the reason. She was one of the reasons why his empire fell the way it did.
He wasn't even supposed to have the throne.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't supposed to have. She was his co-regent, but she was the reason why she was the major reason why his
let me tell you
his kingdom fell.
Queen T was the first mafia.
Yes, she was. She was a fierce cookie, honey.
She was the first mafia ever in the world, honey.
Yes, she
Queen
was.
T turned it.
And then and we don't know what happened to Nefertiti, because Nefertiti was his wife, and
I'm
for
sure
years
Queen T had something to do with that.
No, but for years she was in all the pictures. She was on all the hieroglyphics and everything. And then one day, Miss Nefertiti disappeared, honey. Never to be seen again. Never to be seen again. But when he passed away, this was the strange thing. When he passed away, there was the pastor that took over. Before King Tut was able to take over, there was this man. His name was He was the brazier. He was the king's brazier, and he took over. And they say that he looked and sounded like a woman, and they think it was Nefertiti. It's a legend. We don't know whether or not it's true or not. It could have been. So many strange things happened back in Egypt back in those days. And I talk about Egypt a lot, guys. I know y'all be like, why are you talking about Egypt so much? Because they were so much like us. Egyptians were just like us. They were just like us. People will have you thinking that, we are, our nation and who we are is, so brand new and innovative. The only difference between us and the Egyptian is the technology. Yeah. And that's really it.
And they got help from the aliens.
Yeah, they got help from the aliens. Because ain't no way they built some pyramids, honey. Ain't no way they built some pyramids.
Look at their hieroglyphics and watch how many of those
ain't no way they built some show
Joseph, people coming from the sky.
Joseph, one of those bricks, honey, is the size of an apartment building. There's no way in the world. No way in the world. Now I can see them putting the first level on, honey. But after that, I've stood in front of the pyramids. I've climbed on top of them. Ain't no way in the world humans built.
Well, let's say hypothetically.
Ain't no way in the world, Joseph. If they built those pyramids in the time that they said they built them, it's impossible. It's impossible.
Well, no, it's not, because if you build, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. If you build them brick by brick, mm-hmm. meaning that you create a mold, you pour that mold for the bottom half, right. You let them dry, you right. climb up and do the molds for the next ones, let it dry, climb up and do the molds. It would take forever, but it can be done. So it could have been done that way. We don't know.
The Great Pyramid was built in less than 10 years, Joseph.
No, but I believe that aliens helped them. Why would they depict aliens and hieroglyphics coming down from the sky to help them?
Well, I think it may have been giant people too.
Especially, they could have been giant. They were aliens.
Because what you got, and another thing you guys have to understand is that we weren't always this size. We weren't always this size. I believe that a lot of the pharaohs and a lot of people, the Egyptians. I think the one difference between them and us is that they were much bigger than us. You know, if you, this is what I want you to do. Next time you go to your Salvation Army store and you're going through the clothes, look at some of the men's suits. Some of the men's suits are small. I'm 6 feet. My husband is 6'4", right? There was no such thing. Back in the early 60s, we would have been giants. We would have been considered giants. People weren't that tall. Martin Luther King, you ever seen how big Martin Luther King was? Martin Luther King was only like 5 feet. He was a little teeny man. He was a teeny little man. And back then, that's how big men were. You know, we grew in size because of the environment, I think. Because it was something in the water.
No, I believe back then people were probably a little. First of all, if aliens came, honey, they could have been any size they wanted. And then, if you really look at the story of Egypt and what really happened, if that's true, then that's why we got populated and how we got all the extra because of what happened.
Well, I believe in aliens, but I don't want to meet them, child.
It's gonna happen.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to meet ET.
It's gonna happen.
I don't want to be here, Joseph.
They're coming.
I don't want to.
They're probably waiting for the right moment. The coronavirus probably came because they landed already.
I don't want to meet them. I don't want to meet the aliens.
Look, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and see all this. They made the virus, and I know, and they did that. I don't believe that. What I believe is that aliens came, landed, and started walking around, and whatever disease they had at their planet, they brought to us. And they're gagging now because they can't show up because we'll realize where the coronavirus came from. So they're still walking among us. I believe that there have been aliens here for years that look like us and that we just don't know.
Like Men in Black?
Yeah, not necessarily that they I believe they look like us because on their planet,
they say Oprah Winfrey is one.
They are us. So, like, if you believe in them superhero things, if it is a multiverse or different planet, because they found planets that look like Earth. Now, if it looks like Earth, it should have life like Earth. So, why can't I exist someplace different? Why can't you exist in a different reality? It could happen. It's like, y'all, we don't know. But I like those theories of me existing someplace else, living a whole different life. And, you know, it is what it is. And I think some aliens we're going to gag because they look just like us. So, of course, they can come here and blend because, you know, look at people that vanish and disappear and you never hear from them again. They ain't nowhere to be found. They wasn't by water. They have plenty of stories of people that have been on ships. They didn't go overboard. They didn't nothing. They just vanished and disappeared. There's plenty of people that have been in events and vanished and disappeared. If you see pictures of back in the day, there have been people standing there talking on the cell phone in 1965. How the hell did they get the cell phone in 1965? There's people that have been in videos that had on clothing that they shouldn't have had in that day and era. All of this is on YouTube. All of this is there. They prove that the picture hasn't been augmented in any way. I believe it because I believe that in another space and time, people can time travel, or they were aliens that came here that look like us, that had the technology already, and somebody just happened to be clicking a picture and by accident they got caught. I don't, you know, it's a lot, it's a whole lot. You know, you believe what you want to believe, buddy, but if you think we're the only ones living in this big, vast universe, you're crazy. Because that's not true. It's not true. I don't care what nobody says. It's not true. You know, the church wants you to believe that there ain't nobody else. But you make me understand what, first of all, the 9 planets that we can see, why would God make 9 planets and only put people on one? So believe me, there are other planets out there. They've already found some of them. They fall away.
They say who committed suicide? Nefertiti?
I think Nefertiti.
No, she didn't.
Or else Queen T. No, it ain't Queen T because they
Sminkare. Yes, Sminkare. Yeah, that was the name, Sminkare. Yes. That's so yeah, that's who I was talking about. I thought it was but it wasn't. I was the one that took over the throne after King Tutankhamun died. He married King Tutankhamun's wife, which was actually his sister. And she really didn't want to marry him. But I put a link in the chat, guys, for you guys. If you want to know a little bit more about Akhenaten, just click that link. That's a YouTube video. All his videos will come up. And it tells you, it goes into depth of, who he was, how he prayed the sun god, what he called the sun god was called the Aten. So, it goes into all of that. And check it out. I'm telling you, it's some good history. It's some history that you should know. You should know that every empire that was here fell. The Romans fell. The Egyptians fell. The Greeks fell. That's why we got ruins. You see the ruins? Y'all see them? If you go to Egypt, you'll see all these. You'll see all the pyramids and stuff. Those people, they lived just like us.
Yeah,
the only difference was they didn't have the technology we did.
Is that a seed of 7? Child, I don't know what that is. Child, I wish there was a seed of 7 with their money amount.
Right. Okay.
That would have been a good seed of 7.
But you guys got to know, this is what we need to be getting into. This is what we need to be studying instead of being in church listening to that bullshit. This is what we need to be doing. We need to be teaching our children the real history of the world. We need to be teaching them. They need to understand where we came from. Not even as Black people, but as people, where we came from.
But you know what? I have to say this because I do, and it's how I feel. For me to sit here and say that the Bible is okie doke, I'm not going to do that because I'm sure something happened that led them to believe what they believe. And
white people do what they always do. They take stuff out that they don't want you to see, and then they put stuff in that they want you to see.
I'd rather believe that it's true than die and find out that it was true. So I agree with that. But where I have a problem with is this came from men. Just like all the Egyptian hieroglyphics and stuff like that came from the Egyptians.
Right.
But I think the difference for me is that there's proof that they said it and wrote it because it's in hieroglyphics. Now, people reading hieroglyphics, they can interpret it any way they want, make you believe what they want to believe. But when you really look at the pictures, common sense helps you figure out the pictures, child. A child can figure out the pictures. But when it comes to the Bible, nothing can be proven.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, here's the thing about the Bible.
Because
I just don't.
Where's Noah's Ark? Where's the Garden of Eden? Even show me a spot where it could have been.
Right.
Where is anything in the Bible?
Because those are lies from the book of lies.
Noah's Ark, you should have had at least a piece of wood. At least, I mean, come on now.
I think that all of this stuff was metaphoric.
If they buried where Jonah lived in a well,
it was metaphoric. I think all of this was metaphoric.
Wells are huge. I'm not gonna lie. Daniel was in the lions, then the lions just magically didn't eat him up. But see, you have no proof of none of this. Where's Lazarus?
But here's
because he got up. So where's he at?
But Joseph, this is what I don't understand.
My problem is with the Bible. There's nothing to prove anything that happened in the Bible.
Right.
Absolutely.
But see, this is my problem with the Bible. And this is what my problem with the Bible and Christians. Y'all sit here and y'all talk about us, right? They talk about us, Joseph, going to hell because we gay. When the man that wrote the Bible was one of the biggest queens in the world. Not only that, he's not King James was gay.
He was bisexual.
Yeah, he was bisexual, but he wasn't buried with his wife. He was buried with his lover.
Male lover.
His male lover.
One of.
But y'all in the church, y'all done told us we an abomination. But the Bible, the very book that y'all go by, was written by one of us. He was on our side of the fence. How about that?
Look it up.
How about that? Look that up. Go find that. And then come back and we can have a conversation.
You'll say it was a lie.
About me going to hell.
But I don't understand. Everything is a lie to Christians. Everything is speculation, but your Bible is perfect. Nobody decided when they were writing the Bible to change some things or add some things. They did. Why did they keep out some things? Because there's a whole lot more books to the Bible that they didn't even put in there. Yeah. Because they don't want you to know. Yeah. So I'm confused. They only put the good parts. The Pope knows all. Y'all want to know who know all this shit about the Bible? The Pope. The Pope know all this shit. The Pope know where all the hidden books are. He know where all this shit is. But just the mere fact that they have books that they didn't put in the Bible, that other people took the books and made Bibles out of them for you to read them, because that's where their whole movie. You don't know what to believe. But that's where that whole movie with Denzel came from, the Book of Enoch. Right. You don't know what to believe. According to the Book of Enoch, it goes against everything the Bible says, basically. Right. Like other books in the Bible don't even talk about Jesus. They talk about a metaphoric sun, which would be what the Egyptians started with the sun. They worshipped the sun. Come on now. The sun is the sun. Y'all just turned it into a person. Right. And I'm not saying, I know there's God, there's a higher power, the universe, whatever you want to call it. I know that there's another power. It ain't what these preachers and pastors have told us. Something is there that helps us, guides us, protects us. I know that. But it's not what these ministers are telling us. Is if you're Buddhism, it's whatever religion you are, and you believe that there's. I don't have no problem with no other religion, but black religion. Well, I don't know. I don't have no problem. I haven't studied any other religion to sit and say that I don't believe them or I don't. I'm talking from my experience, but I know there are other religions. I can't say anything about them because I don't know. I've never read up on them. I've never studied them. Maybe I hear people say things about them, but so I don't talk about what I don't know. But what you think that needs to be done in the black church? I think people need to stop letting themselves be brainwashed. They believe that all the stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing is going to send them to hell. And I just don't get it. I don't understand why would you want to serve a God that every little thing you do is going to send you to hell. That just don't make sense to me. If you feel like you want to wear eyeliner today, wear your eyeliner. I think anything that you worship is an issue. I think if we're going to read the Bible, God is a jealous God. So anything you worship, if you worship makeup, if you worship certain clothing, if you worship your hair, if you're really vain and things like that, I think that upsets him because you're replacing him with the love of something else. But I don't think those things are going to send you to hell. I think you just got to keep it into perspective. I get mad at people because I know a lot of people that everything that happens wrong in their life is a test from God, or they sit back and accept bullshit from people because it's a test from God, and I don't want to make God mad, and I'm going to sit here and smile even though I'm fucking miserable. That's bullshit. The Bible didn't say that. Right. Like, why would you want to make yourself mad and sit there and be angry and think God is putting you? You're not Job, bitch. You're not Job. That was Job's little thing. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Right. Nothing. Oh, I really want to do this, but it could be a test from God, and I don't want to fail my test, and He's not going to be pleased, and I'm going to be happy all day. Somebody slap you, I'm going to still be happy, even though you slapped me. Like, who does that? I know people like that. I know people that will sit and be miserable thinking that God is testing them or that God will be unpleased if they open their mouth, because that's the brainwashing effect that church had on them. And I sit there and I get angry. Right. And I'm like, open your mouth and say something. And then I get a phone call. You know, you're absolutely right. Once I get it off my chest, I'm happy. Of course you're happy. Because you're not sitting there miserable thinking God is putting you through some tests. Everything ain't a test from God.
It's not.
But this is how Christians believe. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to let this happen. The real ones that listen. Because, you know, the other ones, the fake ones that always want to save everybody, honey, them bitches will curse you out.
The ones that be sitting up there telling you you going to hell going to be at the fish fry right along with you if there's a fish fry, honey. They're going to be right at the fish fry. This is my problem with Christianity, period. This is my problem with Christianity, period. I think that all these pastors and ministers and bishops and king bishops and bishop to the second power and all that shit, all them titles need to be taken away from them. Number one, because they're not worthy of them. They're not worthy. A pastor is not worthy enough for me to call him a pastor, except for Kevin Taylor. But I can call my pastor Kevin Taylor. He don't care if I call him Kevin. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So he's worthy of his title. My pastor's worthy of his title because he's one of those pastors. He said, you call me Kevin, you call me Kevin Taylor, you call me Pastor Kevin. You call me whatever you because some days we call him elder. That's my problem with Christianity is that people are going to church and they're praising that person in the pulpit, not understanding that he is just supposed to be a messenger, and he doesn't understand that he is just a messenger and he's sending the wrong messages to people.
But you know what, too? I think, and I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I think a lot of people start out with good intention. I do. I believe a lot of people start out with good intention.
I do too.
But I think when they get in the pulpit and they see the amount of power they have, they become power struck.
Yeah.
Not everybody. Because I'm not going to say there's not some good pastors out there because I'd be lying because my pastor is an excellent pastor. And I can call him at any time.
But Joseph, you know, I know a lot of pastors. I remember I had one pastor, he told me, he was like, I'm going to this church. And it was a church in the hood. And he said, these people, they poor, but they pay me. They pay me.
No, but
you know
that's
what I'm
my
saying?
point. I think that they start out with good intention.
Yeah. But he got
they realize the power that they have. Because a lot of people, you're not a pastor. You don't realize the amount of power that you have.
Right.
And then you get up in that. See, that's why I ain't gonna lie. I never felt like I was called to be a preacher. I'm not gonna lie. I never did. But I know that if I was, bitch, I'd be loaded with.
Let me tell you something. Most of these pastors,
these people, if I said take off your panties and put them in the bucket, then women would do it. Because I know me. I can talk eloquently and I can sell an Eskimo ice if I had to.
But most of these pastors, Joseph, to them, it's not about Christ.
No, because
it's not about Christ. And I don't care.
I don't care
the moment they receive their calling, it is not about Christ. I don't know, and I know a lot of ministers, a lot, and it's not about Christ to them. It's not. But it's not about God, and that's my problem. My problem with the black church. My problem with the black church is it's not about Christ.
No,
it's about money. It's about you, the way you look, the way you dress.
It's the power and the power.
It's about all of that.
I think
it's about the wrong thing.
Some people go in with the wrong intention because they're like, I will become a mega minister and I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
Yes, you have those. But I really think you have others that really have a good intention and they're like, I'm going to save souls.
I believe there's some out there, but it's very few.
I think those people too get consumed with the power and they realize that they can tell people whatever they want and people are going to believe you and you can brainwash people. And that's how some of them go over to the wrong side because instead of doing what they intended on doing, they realize that they can do something different, i.e. somebody we know that was doing something and they kept taking, thinking they were getting away with it, and then all of a sudden, bang, you got caught. And that's what happens to these pastors. They get away with it. They get away with it because the people worship them instead of seeing through them, riding up to work in a Bentley, to church in the
I'm not
Bentley,
doing that, honey.
and you would have broke down Civic.
Mm-mm.
Like, who does that? But yet you go in there and give him $20,000 because you trying to
Let me
get
tell
a
you
new
something
church
about my
building.
pastor. My pastor, he pay his own rent. He pay his own car payment. He pay all his. He got his own job. Okay. Joseph, am I lying?
Nope.
They told the pastor, you can't pay your rent no more. He said, I'm not worried about y'all paying my rent. I'm just worried about, I just want the people in the church to be comfortable, to have. That's kind of pastor. I mean, I've never, and I talk about my pastor like this because I've never met a minister like him. When I tell you he is true to heart, when I tell you he preaches that Bible and he tells the truth about it. He tell the truth. I'm not lying. I kid you not. And yeah, yeah, Akhenaten was a very strange looking man. He had hips like a woman. His face was elongated. Hey Teddy, his face was elongated. He had a long face and he had lips. I mean, his features were, his features were really strong,
feminine,
and feminine. Well, his body was feminine, not his face.
But they said he was inbred. That his mother and father was brother and sister.
Right.
That's why he looked like
no,
that.
But they weren't.
And King Tut.
No, they weren't. His mother and father weren't brother and sister. His mother was a common woman.
Right, like the maid or something.
She came from a different country.
It was King Tut that they claim was mother and brother and sister.
Yeah, King Tut married his sister, and they had 2 children, and both of them died. They just found them recently.
King Tut's mother and father, they said, was brother and sister.
That's Akhenaten was his father.
But that's why they say he had breasts and hips like a woman, because King Tut was shaped like that too, remember?
No, King Tutankhamun wasn't shaped like that. King Tutankhamun was buck-toothed.
Right.
And he didn't have a body like his father. He actually had a club foot.
He had the club foot, but you gotta watch the thing. There's another thing on YouTube.
But his mother and father, like Nefertiti and Akhenaten, weren't brother and sister.
No, I'm gonna show you the one I watched where they claim that Nefertiti wasn't his mother.
No, Nefertiti wasn't his mother.
We talk about 2 different people. You talk about Akhenaten, right?
Yeah, Akhenaten.
I'm talking about King Tut.
King Tut, yeah, King Tut. I know Nefertiti. Let's make this clear. Nefertiti was not King Tut's mother. His mother died. His mother was Queen. Oh God.
It wasn't Queen T.
It wasn't. Actually, it was, but it wasn't. It wasn't Queen T. It was another lady. She came from a royal family, but she died because her sister killed her. And I can't remember what her name is right now, but I will get back to you guys on that. I'll do my back because I study it so much, but there's some things that just I forget. But yes, Akhenaten was a very, very strange looking man. He was a very strange looking man. They said it was like they dropped him out of the sky. He just came from out of the sky. He was the strangest looking person they had ever seen in their lives. When he came, he changed everything. He changed the art. Because if you look at the pharaohs and the statues and the hieroglyphics of pharaohs and stuff that are in Egypt now, you'll notice that most pharaohs were depicted as being strong, these strong, men with muscles and, nice chests and 6-packs and stuff, when a lot of pharaohs didn't look like that. A lot of them didn't look like that. King Ramsey II, he looked nothing like his statues, but that's how he wanted to be depicted. But King Akhenaten, he came and he changed everything. He said he wanted the art. He wanted them to do the art. If you did a picture of somebody, he wanted them to do it just how he looked. He wanted them to put it on the walls just like how he looked. He wanted to look like him. And that's why you see his statues. If you see his statues, that's what he looked like. That is what he looked like. That's what he wanted. He wanted people to see the real him. He did. He wanted people to see the real him. That's the problem with the church. Y'all need people to see the real y'all. Stop being phony, y'all. Stop going to church and being phony.
And Kingz, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
Now, Reese Cup, I didn't hear that, but I need to know where that is so I can see it or read it.
Mm-hmm.
Why did that Reese Cups thing come up there?
Where?
Pull it down.
What? This is the last comment.
No, it's not.
This is this right here.
Oh wait,
that's the last.
Go
comment.
up to the green.
You want Reese
no,
Cup?
Go up to the green. No, down. One more, right there.
That's AW.
No, that's Reese Cup.
No, it's say AW. Okay.
I didn't hear that Reese Cup, but I believe it.
Tell me the other Bible that says. Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard it before, but even amongst scientists and people that specialize in that field, it's blasphemous to them. It is. It's blasphemous to them. A lot of things that are true are blasphemous to people because they don't want to hear something different from what they're told. And that's what the problem is with Christians. They don't want to hear something different from what they were told. If you talk to them about the Bible and say, no, your pastor told you the wrong thing, they get pissed and be ready to fight.
See, first of all, what Kingz said about tricking the slaves into doing what they want to do, I believe you. Because the Bible is nothing but if somebody does you wrong, love them and accept them anyway and don't try to get them back.
Right.
The slave master's programming the slave. Then what makes it even worse is you put a picture of white Jesus, but when the slaves read the Bible, it said he had lamb's wool and bronze skin. So y'all making you made Jesus black for the control part of it.
Right.
But then when you want to depict Jesus, you made him white.
Right.
Because that white Jesus ain't got lamb's wool hair, nor is his skin bronze.
No.
So I'm a little confused at how this bronze lambskin hair man turned into a white blonde hair blue-eyed person that looked like Santa Claus.
That's because white people wanted him to be depicted that way.
That's who they say that was.
And let me tell you something. Back in the day, I remember, and I'll never forget this. This was the first episode of Good Times, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this chat can remember this. The first episode of Good Times was about the white Jesus. JJ had painted a black Jesus, right? And they had a picture of white Jesus on the wall. And the whole controversy, his mother was like, oh, no. You take that down. Jesus is white. The Jesus that I've always known looks just like that man up there. And that's what it has done. We've been given the wrong information. We get, it's just like our last name, McCrae, right? Joseph and our last name is McCrae, but I try to teach my husband about the history of our name. Now, our last name is spelled
right there.
MC capital R-A-E. Y'all see that? Right up there, right? MC capital R-A-E, right? That's how our name is spelled. I've spelled my name like that ever since I can spell, ever since I can write. I spelled my name like this. My mother told me that's my name was. I used to put like two little lines up under the C. But my mother said I didn't have to do that no more. And the reason why I'm bringing up the McCrae name is because there are so many different spellings of McCrae. Some people spell it M-C-C-R-A-Y, M-C-R-A-E. Some people spell it M-C-R-A-A-E. I mean, it's so...
M-C-C-R-A-E.
Yeah, they spell it so many different ways. But what I found out through studying my own family, going back, I found out that there's no way to tell if I'm related to these people. So people that spell, I've been told by my family, everybody who has the last name McCrae is your family because they could potentially be your family because people back in the 60s, back in the 30s and the 40s, they changed their name. They changed the spelling of the name because there was so much scandal. There was scandal in our name. We had people, they called them rock jumpers, that did incest.
Where they came from.
That did incest down in the South.
Scottish, Ireland.
Yeah, in the South. They had sex with each other. There's a lot of things about the McCray name that are really controversial. But to be honest, we will never know if we're related or not unless we all do a DNA test. So I consider anybody whose last name is McCray my family because I don't know. They could be my family. They could possibly not be my family because my name, clans change their names. They change their names, the spelling of the name.
I have a good question. What if I was to do one of them DNA tests, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually wouldn't do it under McCray.
Right.
Because if I had relatives, I would want to find them under my last name. But how do you do that? Because if you do McCray, it's like they're going to try to match you with other McCrays, which technically I wouldn't be matched with them because technically
they ain't going to give you that information because it's privileged information.
If when you do DNA tests, it asks if you want to be matched with people that could possibly be your relatives. If you say yes and they agree,
right? Like
if they took one and agreed to yes, and I say yes, they'll tell you this person is 40% match, this person is 50% match, this person is 100% match. So it's like, I wonder.
Well, you can do the same thing with Ancestry.com, Joseph. That's how I trace my family.
I don't like
roots.
Ancestry.com. They want too much. They don't find your relatives. They just want you
to fill in
the blank.
No, they didn't find my relatives, but I got so much information. Like I do Ancestry. Do Ancestry.
Do all of that for you. It tells you what you comprised of. Uncle Fred did both of them.
Yeah, but does it trace your family roots?
Yes.
How?
It sent him people that he could be related to.
No. I'm not talking about people that you could be related to. I'm talking about I trace my family roots on Ancestry.com. When I went on Ancestry.com, I was able to pull up census records on my grandfather. I pulled up shit on my great grandfather. I found out why my grandfather's last name was Briggs and my grandmother's maiden name was McCray. I found out all this stuff, so that's how Ancestry.com works. It doesn't do a DNA. You have to do a lot of the work. Yes.
Oh, I'm not going through all of that.
You have to do a lot of the work because it only gives you information that they have, public information. It gives you public information. Like I found out that one of my great grandfathers was a very famous lawyer back in his day. He was a judge. And I found out that my family had owned their own county. It was called the McCray County. There's a McCray tour that they have down in North Carolina. That lady told us about it, remember? They call it McCray Town.
Oh man, can I have some Jesus Swiss, please?
Some who?
Jesus Swiss cheese.
Oh, child.
She said they didn't have junk food back then, so they made Jesus Swiss.
Okay. Okay, Jesus Swiss.
Jesus Swiss ain't had no hole.
Okay.
Because the Lord I know don't put loopholes in nothing. You
gonna stop playing.
Do I need to sing my song?
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Joseph. Please don't do it.
Do I need to sing my song?
No, the people don't want the song today.
If the people want the song, they can put they want the song. And I'm going to sing my homemade version. Come on in there.
Well, people, this is all I'm saying to you. And hopefully this will be inspirational. Awaken thine eyes. Awaken thine eyes. I'll say it like the pastor was saying. Awaken thine eyes. Open your minds. Stop being closed-minded to what could possibly be and what could have been. Stop. Because when you do that, you may be potentially blocking your blessing. you may be potentially losing out on something that is meant for you. Open up your minds.
Everybody,
if you say you're going to walk out on faith, don't just say that shit. Walk out on motherfucking faith. When I say I'm going to walk out on faith and put it in God's hands, I walk out on faith and I put it in God's hands and I leave it alone and I let it go. And whatever it's meant to be, it's going to be.
The people want the song.
No, the people don't want the song.
They say they want the song.
Well, they can have a song after I get finished preaching my word. But this is what I'm telling y'all. Open your eyes. Stop being a slave or being just so simple-minded to believe one man that you see on Sunday mornings is the answer to all your problems. Stop it. He's a nice man, yes. Yes, he dressed nice. Yes, he handsome and all those great things. He is, but he ain't God. Stop it. Stop, y'all. If you're going to be a Christian, be a real Christian and keep it real. Keep it real. Be a real Christian. If you're going to study the word, then study the word. Stop trying to interpret what you thought that the word meant. That's our problem now. We make assumptions about what other people say and what other people think. Y'all stop doing that with the Bible. You can't do that with the Bible. And y'all stop setting us at the goddamn fish fry. Because guess what? The man that wrote the goddamn book that you studying, he was one of us. He was one of us. So stop that shit. And be real. Keep it real. If you likes to cuss and you're a Christian, cuss. Say, motherfucker, I will beat your ass in this pulpit. The choir director got on your damn nerves. Choir director, you bring your faggot ass down here, I will wear your ass out. Keep it real. Keep it real. That's all I got to say. Now, Joseph get ready to sing this song, and his ticket is already stamped.
Okay. I want to do it one day, El Man.
Do what?
The DNA thing.
You don't need. Why you need to do that? Who are you gonna do it with?
Ain't gonna do it with nobody.
What's the sense?
What's the sense of what?
What's the sense of doing a DNA test?
Because then I can find out all the different pieces of me.
And then what you gonna do with that?
Put it on the motherfucking internet. Oh. You're not gonna upset me before I sing my holiness song.
Oh, my Jesus.
Oh, you did both of them? Y'all want the song? My homemade "Come On in the Lord's House" song.
I'm gonna be yet praying.
Why you turning away?
I'm having me a peppermint.
Come on up in the Lord's house. He shall come to love. Oh, come on up in the Lord's house. He shall come to love. Come on up in the Lord's house. He shall come to love. Robo shanda, ibo shai, come to love. Oh yes. I'm not going to sing a second verse.
Please stop.
Because Tremel feels that I'm going to be struck with lightning.
Yes, that's why I moves away.
But that's my praise and worship song.
Because when the lightning strikes,
and it's going to stay in your minds. I promise you, y'all are going to just be.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is what?
And what the hell?
What?
Over there across the street.
Oh, child. I don't know.
These neighbors be carrying honey.
Y'all going to be singing that in your heads today.
I got to mow the lawn too.
Because the "He shall come to love" it'll stay in your head. You'll just be walking down the street, going to the bodega, and you'll just hear me in your head go, "He shall come to love."
And Kingz, well, do not laugh at him. Oh, no, it was Monte. Monte, do not laugh at him. Don't laugh at Joseph when he do that.
Robo shanda, ibo shai, come to love. Oh, yes.
And then he put, oh, yes, at the end. That's what kills me. He put an "oh yeah" at the end.
What? That's my praise and worship song.
You know what? I'm getting ready to get off here, child. It's lunchtime. It's past lunchtime.
Antoine said you're supposed to be clapping.
Okay. Y'all wait for that one. But I'm getting ready to go. I don't know if Joseph want to stay here, but I'm getting ready to go, child. I got to go downstairs and make me a salad.
No, we gotta go because we have to leave here in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's right. I got the doctor's appointment.
Exactly.
I forgot. What time is it?
2 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we got to go, y'all. I got the doctor's appointment today, so my appointment's at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got to go, child.
Pray a safe trip, honey.
Yes.
These breaks are carry.
Yes, make sure y'all watching us on all social media platforms, please. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and right here on YouTube. And remember, when you come to our channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to become a member and be a king or a queen or a knight at our round table, by all means, just hit that join button. If you don't see it, you're on an Apple device, and you need to go to a computer, a desktop, or an Android device in order to see the join button. However, if you don't want to go through all of that, just look in the description box of any of our videos and you will see the link to join our channel. All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Thank you so much. Happy Monday. You guys dare to be different today and do your greatest work for you guys. And that's really it. You got anything else to say, Joseph? No, Uncle Fred.
You want to hear the song?
Uncle Fred.
That wasn't Uncle Fred.
It was.
They said they want to hear the song?
Yes. That was Uncle Fred talking about, let's hear it one more time. Uncle Fred, no.
Come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall gondola. Oh, come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall gondola. Oh, come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall gondola. Robo shanda, ibobo shai gondola. Oh, yes.
And on that note,
wait till I create a second verse.
And on that note, child, I don't want to be here for the second verse. I'm gonna be on that side so I can exit stage left. I don't even want to be here, child, for that.
Monica says, "Sing, Joseph."
Okay, y'all go right on ahead and go on ahead with that.
See, y'all can tell I was in church just by the rhythm of the song. Right? It make you want to clap. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall gondola. Oh, come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall gondola. Oh, come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall gondola. Robo shanda, ibo shai gondola. Oh, yes.
You know what? We're going to the store today to get you some charcoal briquettes.
Antoine said he needed tambourine.
We're going to the store today so you can have we can get you some charcoal briquettes for the fish fry that you're going to be at, singing that song.
Well, at least I know El Manning will be at my fish fry.
Well, I'm out of here, y'all. I got to go. I got to eat.
Hey, Omar.
What is my blood sugar anyway? Oh no, that won't do. Look at that.
Antoine says, "Sing to the high heavens."
I'm gonna leave you know what?
I'm telling y'all that song.
I'm gonna send Joseph right to y'all house with
that
this
song is gonna stay in your head all day.
I know it's like one of them songs like "Don't You Know No Good."
Right, it's gonna stay in your head all day.
Don't you know no good.
You're just gonna be sitting in the car driving, and you go humming your head. Isha Kanda.
Maybe we need to make a shirt that say Isha Kanda.
Robo Shanda.
Y'all
make a shirt that say Robo Shanda, Ibobo Shai.
I don't even know how to spell that. Well, how you spell that?
Robo Shanda, Ibobo Shai.
You going straight to hell, honey. I'm out of here, y'all. I got to go. We got to go, y'all.
Yes, we gotta go. I'm hungry.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. It's been a pleasure as always with you guys. Thank you so much for participating.
Look what El Manning said.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm leaving that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Listen,
y'all, enjoy your day.
Yes, please. We got to go.
Always dare to be different. Why would you want to be the same?
Yes, and please tune into to Coffee with the Kingz on Monday mornings, usually at 11:30. But we're a little late this morning.
It's going to be and Q and Joseph Rance next Monday.
No, that won't be on Coffee with the Kings, is it?
Well, Coffee with the Kings is either going to go first, and then me and Q's will go.
Okay.
Or me and Q will go first, and then Coffee with the Kings. But either way, it's going to
But
happen.
stay tuned. Tomorrow, you will have me all to yourselves. Yes, it's the M King Morning Show featuring His Majesty, me. So, tune in tomorrow at 11:30. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and then you'll see Joseph on Wednesday, then you'll see me on Thursday, and then you'll see Joseph on Friday. And then on the weekend, we rest sometimes, unless we feel it. If we feel something, we feel it, we come on. Yes. But anyway, guys, we got to go. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Peace, Sunshine, and Happiness.
And remember, it's always Team McRae.
All damn day.
We love you guys so much. We do. We love you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye. You're so stupid.